Lastly, there are also a lot of reports in the media that perhaps some sort of conspiracy is underway to physically eliminate Imran Khan. Can you evaluate these reports?
Well, recent reports have emerged from a statement of one of the senior members of opposition party, Qasim Suri. He's a former deputy speaker of the National Assembly. He said some kind of a poisonous spray is being sprayed in the very cell where Imran Khan was locked up in the jail. I mean, that was his claim. This is something which cannot be independently verified, but it has a significant background in Pakistan's political culture. There was an assassination attempt on Imran Khan back in November 2022, and it was a very serious assassination attempt. He was injured, and many other people were killed. And it was his rally. And then Imran Khan had blamed the military and military generals that they were trying to eliminate him. And then the intelligence agencies, they then also left behind a cache of evidence, circumstantial evidence that did indicate of their suspicious role, and also the suspicious role of the government, which was then there in Islamabad. So I think in that context, Imran Khan has also been making a lot of statements. He's been saying that he has given tough time to the military and the government and now this military and intelligence network is left with no option but to eliminate him. And his interviews were published in the international media over the period of the time. And then Imran Khan also made a statement that the current army chief, General Asim Munir, consider him his enemy. And then he was trying to indicate and trying to implicate him in any such conspiracy. That is what I'm talking about in the past. But now, whenever there is no contact established by his lawyers, by his close family members in the jail, because sometimes the military operates behind the scene, intelligence agency operate behind the scene. They do not allow his family members to talk to him, his lawyers to talk to him, and then he's kept in jail, and for days and sometimes for over a week and more than a week, 10 days, his light is switched off. He's not provided any facility which is required, just to torture him, just to basically pressurize him to accept that he would not demand for an investigation into what is generally perceived a fraudulent forged election, because in February this year there was general elections. Khan's party says that it had won with a 2/3 majority votes, and what they had done was the election commission had tempered the final election results, allegedly under pressure from the military generals, and now they are not investigating it. They have basically brought judges of their own choice, who would certainly, if these cases are taken up, those would be knocked down. So it is a kind of a marriage of convenience for the political government and the military. They want to keep him in jail, despite the fact he has not been convicted so far, because his conviction was set aside. I think in that context, there was also another report which emerged that perhaps that there was a planning going on within the intelligence network, and they were just looking at the options that if he's eliminated through poisoning or anything else, we don't know what that nature is all about, what will be the public reaction? I think those calculations were made perhaps, and those were leaked to the media, and then there was a lot of controversy in Pakistan that perhaps that kind of strategy does exist somewhere. But these are the reports which cannot be independently verified. But at the same time, we have to look at a bigger picture that in December 2007, Benazir Bhutto, a twice elected former prime minister, she was assassinated. And then apparently it was a suicide bombing. Then the then military chief, General Pervez Musharraf, he was prosecuted on the charges of masterminding her assassination. So if, God forbid, if Imran Khan is eliminated as a result of any soft poisoning, or if anything happens to him, the blame is going to be squarely onto the army chief, because he has been implicating army chief every next day. He calls him that he's a king, that he's running the show in Pakistan. So I think this is a very complicated scene in Pakistan. But God forbid, if he is eliminated, that means there will be certainly a civil war, because he is the most popular leader in Pakistan, particularly in the northwest of Pakistan. There is already a strong public resentment against the military. These people, these protesters, we have seen just a couple of days ago that they turned out to be very hostile, and they wanted the release of Imran Khan at every cost, and they preferred to die. They were killed allegedly by the military. There are allegations that the American supplied light machine guns were used to kill at least 12 protesters. That is a confirmed figure. But again, then there is a lot of controversy that perhaps that figure runs into dozens. But these are the reports we cannot independently verify. So in that context, I think it is a very precarious situation. God forbid, if he is killed in any manner, there will be civil war. It is not 2007, because Benazir Bhutto wasn't that much popular. She was confined to Sindh province. Imran Khan is hugely popular in Pakistan's Punjab province, which has a 57% population, and in the KP. KP is going to be very hostile. I hope those calculations would not be there anywhere within Pakistan's intelligence network, because that would be, if that kind of scenario happens, that will be a recipe for disaster for Pakistan. Now, there is a lot of propaganda going on against Pakistan in India. And these people are talking about that what if there is a civil war, or India can militarily or otherwise intervene in Pakistan. And then there is also a lot of talk about that if the Pashtun population in northwest Pakistan is crushed, how Afghan Taliban is going to retaliate, because historically they have a lot of claim that they can expand their territory up to Islamabad. So this is basically conjecture. But one thing is very clear, that Imran Khan remains the most popular leader. He's perceived to be a very victim of a country's military. And let me also point out that there is also very personalized kind of tension between Imran Khan and the country's army chief. When he was the head of an intelligence network, Imran Khan had sacked him, and he was sacked on unfair grounds, because his only fault was that he had pointed out that Imran Khan's wife was involved in corruption. And I think there was a tangible evidence, and later on it turned out to be true. But he was sacked. But since then onwards, the government, later on, the opponents of the Imran Khan picked up the same military general as being the army chief. And then now general perception is that the government is also settling its political scores, and the country's military chief is perhaps also settling his personal scores. We do not know what exactly is going on, but what I'm telling you, it is based on the allegations that Imran Khan has been leveling against the top military generals, one after the other.
Javed Rana, thank you for joining NewsHour, and thank you for your analysis.
The growing tide of anti-Israel sentiments. What you see behind me is just tip of the iceberg of what is happening in the country. More than half of $52 billion black CIA budget is spent on espionage network in Pakistan. How would you handle it?
The US has looked upon Pakistan as an ally at one point, and then as an enemy at the same time.
that is going to be the first legal reason on the basis of which he is going to be instantly ousted by the Supreme Court of Pakistan.
Joining us live, Javed Rana, who's an expert on politics and geostrategic issues.
In the world politics, which is not being driven by any moral principle, it is being driven by the hard geostrategic realities. In a broader picture, more countries would aspire to have nuclear weapons.